inappropriate husband has shown his face again at Disney World. We're here on spring break to have a few days away for a little vacation, a little getaway from reality. But the reality is my husband is still inappropriate no matter where we go. We're just minding our own business, riding on the train at Magic Kingdom this morning. And part of the Disney magic is that Peter Pan is flying over the train and he's telling a story about it from flying overhead. And he says something like, "Hey Tink, look at that big metal snake down there." And because his shadow got away from him, he says something like, "I'm gonna teach my shadow a lesson." My husband looks over at me and he goes, "My snake is gonna teach you a lesson." He goes, "My snake is like the Pied Piper. It's gonna hypnotize you so you can't control your urge for it." What? Let's be honest, this one was a bit of a stretch. To be fair, I don't think there's a man out there who would pass up the opportunity to make a ding-dong joke about a snake. They're all the same. If you think Inappropriate Husband has any restraint on Taco Tuesday, you would be wrong. I found a new recipe for a crock-pot taco meat and it was delicious. So we're all sitting down at the table and my 5-year-old's eating everything except the meat. He's got the olives, he's got the cheese, he's got the taco shell, he's shoving all that in. He hasn't even tasted the meat yet. And I'm like, "Buddy, try some, it's really good." And my husband goes, "You know, the more meat you eat, the bigger your meat gets." So his eyes light up, he takes a bite, realizes it's delicious, and continues shoveling it into his mouth. My 10-year-old follows suit, and my husband's so proud of himself that he says to our children, "Nice, I bet it's grown an inch already." And my kids, who are very aware that I'm the only woman in the house, decide to say, "It doesn't matter if mommy eats her meat because she doesn't have any meat to grow." And my husband says, "But she does have some beef curtains, so maybe those will swell up." Is it too much to ask to have a wholesome family dinner on Taco Tuesday? For Christ's sake! One of my kids' favorite TV shows has set up my inappropriate husband for more of his antics. The other night, my 6-year-old was watching a show called Storybot. If you haven't seen Storybots, you need to watch it. It's super educational and also really fun. Anyway, on this particular episode, they're talking about human anatomy, particularly bones. If you've been here long enough, you know where this is going. So the little storybots are going all around. They're counting all the different bones in the body. And the storybots find out that adults have 206 bones and kids have 300. And of course, when my husband hears it, he says, "Sometimes I have 207 bones, either in the morning or anytime I see your mom walking around in leggings." I shouldn't have expected anything less, right? I've been living with this man for over 20 years. There is not an opportunity that he will not seize to say something inappropriate. I mean, I'm not saying that he's lying about it, okay? My ass does look pretty good in leggings, I have to admit. Poor little storybots on Netflix just trying to teach kids about bones. And I've got a husband over here who makes everything about ding-dong. If you thought that my family could decorate Easter eggs without my inappropriate husband getting involved, you would be absolutely wrong. Since my kids are allergic to eggs, I buy these fun little ones you can decorate from Target. I decorated one with, some little designs.
You picked the one with the dick on it.
He said this was a mushroom when one of my kids asked what it was. A mushroom. One of my kids made what looks like a person, kind of. You drew this one. What would you describe this as?
Eye with an eyebrow.
An eye with an eyebrow.
It's a newer version of Mike Wazowski.
This is not an eye with an eyebrow. You can't draw things like that. I hope if you can afford to buy Easter eggs that they don't get decorated by your husband. I know you love an inappropriate husband moment at the dinner table, so I'm going to share one today. I wanted an easy dinner after we got back from vacation last week. No prep, no standing over the stove, as little effort as possible. So I suggested BLTs to my family and everybody was down. All I had to do was cut up some tomatoes, wash some lettuce, cook the bacon in the oven, and dinner was served. And as I'm putting dinner on the table, I was like, "Oh shit, I don't know if we have any mayonnaise." So I asked my husband to go check the fridge because otherwise we're gonna have some dry ass sandwiches. So he goes over there, finds it on the door of the fridge and goes, "Don't worry, we got some." And I'm like, "All right, cool." My husband's like, "Don't worry, I've always got a backup." And I'm like, "Backup? Do you have a stockpile of mayonnaise in the pantry that I don't know about?" And he goes, "No, silly, I can just walk over to you, rub you the right way, and I'll have a little dollop in just a few minutes." First of all, gross. Secondly, I have no words, okay? For the love of God, this man is never going to give it up. Can I go with my family on the weekend to run errands without my husband saying something inappropriate? The answer is no. No. So the other day we're headed to Target to go stock up on toilet paper because when you live with 3 boys, they wipe a lot. And somehow they still miss. I don't understand. So our boys are in the back seat playing some kind of made-up game on the armrest with a fidget toy. I don't know. Don't ask. Now, mind you, they're both super into video games. And in some of these games, they talk about bosses they have to beat. I don't know. So they're back there doing some kind of boss battle situation. Whatever it was keeping them busy. My husband and I are in the front seat chatting it up, and we hear our oldest son say to his little brother, "I'm the head boss, so I get to go first." And without missing a beat, my husband says, "Hey, you're not the head boss back there. Your mom's the head boss." My kids take it as, of course, yes, mom is the head boss. She's in charge of everything that has to do with our family. Yes, that is true. But I know my husband, and I know that is not what he meant. It really is just a walking, talking eggplant emoji, and there's nothing I can do about it.